Namaste, everybody. Welcome to the class today. Can everybody listen to the audio? I think it's working much better today. Today's class is a backbend class. What you will need is a yoga mat, one blanket, and 2 bricks. I hope even if you don't have the yoga mat, you at least have a blanket. And if you don't have the bricks, see that you have some books to come up on because you will need them later on. We'll start with the prayers and then I'll explain a little more. Stretch your legs out straight in front. Stretch your knees out. Feel the back of your knees. Stretch your knees out. Push your heels out once so you feel your back leg is stretching. And then take your right leg under the left shin, left leg under the right shin. Sit evenly on both your buttock bones. Now, I hope you're sitting slightly higher up. Take your palms back, rolling your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down, join your palms together, look straight, and close your eyes. Relax your breath. Relax the muscles of the face. Relax your shoulders. Sit evenly on your buttock bones so your spine is centered. Lift your chest. Take a deep inhalation. Repeat after me. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya chavaidhyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam. Patanjalim Pranjali Ranatosmi Abaho Purushakaram Shankachakra Siddharinam Sahasra Shirsam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Hari Om. Take your head down. Place the palms on the knees. Take the head up. And I hope everybody is not tired of sitting at home, because this thing is going to go on for some time now. And it is quite ironic that we can actually save each other by just sitting at home and doing nothing. It's a good and a deep thing also. Doing nothing can be a very good thing sometimes. Now, today's class is about backbends, which we'll come to later on. We'll start with bits and pieces of Yogveda Kriya, because it's a long warm-up exercise which opens each joint in your body and stretches all the muscles. But we'll be using a few pieces of it, not everything today. Stand with your legs apart, a little more than your hips, because we need always to start with releasing our hips. So the back is open and the back is ready to stretch. Now, a little more than your hips. If you cannot sit down completely, please take one blanket and place the blanket under your heels, like this, because then it is much more easier to sit down. So either you can sit down completely. If you cannot, take a blanket, place it under your heels. Join your palms, join your elbows. Now start with stretching your knees. So feel the inside and the outside of the knee. Both those muscles, the inner and the outer knee, have to stretch when you move back. Bend your knees, stretch your back out, and then sit down. From your lower back, lift your chest. Take your arms down so you push your knees out and release your hips. And deep breathing. Activate your breath. Clean your lungs. You're doing 5 breaths. And lift your hips, come up halfway, roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs, stretch your spine, stretch your arms, and come down to same. Stretching your knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out and sit down. Lift your lower back, lift your chest, Take your arms down, open your hips, and breathe. Deep breathing. The most important thing in our lives, in our personal lives, can be nothing more than breathing, because mainly it keeps us alive. It gives us more energy. It keeps our body clean, because when we exhale the poisons out. Breathing is the most important thing. Everything is secondary to that. Lift your hips, come up halfway, roll your spine and come up. Same. Stretch your legs, stretch your spine, stretch your navel, stretch your arms, and come down 3. Knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out and sit down. Lift your back, lift your chest. Take your arms down, breathe. Deep breathing, 5 breaths. Lift your hips, come up halfway, and roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs, stretch your spine, stretch your arms, and come down 4. Stretching your knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out and sit down. Lift your lower back, lift your chest, and open your hips. Now feel your thigh bone, your femur bone goes in your hip joint. If you're sitting all day, or if your body is tight, that space has to release. Open the space of your hip and breathe. Don't tense your body, but work with your body. Your work should be deep, but not aggressive. Lift your hips, come up halfway, and roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs, stretch your spine, stretch your arms, and come down 5. Knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out and sit down. Lift your lower back, lift your chest, open your hips and breathe. Lift your hips, come up halfway, roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs, stretch your spine, stretch your arms. And take your arms down. Now the next exercise, we are stabilizing the spine. As we talk of the spine, I would like to show you the spine. Now everybody does not have an even spine. It's slightly moving like this, or it is twisted depending how you sit and turn your body. So we need to stabilize the spine to stretch it correctly. Otherwise, if the spine is crooked, it will stretch crooked. Stand with your legs together. Keep your toes in the same line. Hold your palms together, take your arms up. Stretch your legs, pull your spine up, stretch your arms. Press your legs and your shoulders together because that gives you a lift of the spine. And turn your palms up. Stretch your palms. Stretch your palms. Stretch each joint of your finger and breathe. Now, in this 1 hour 15 minutes, see that your breath is absolutely active if you want to feel that positive effect in your body. Take your arms down, change the hold of your palms, and then firm, take your arms up. Stretch your legs, pull your spine up, stretch your arms, and press your legs and your shoulders together. Turn your palms up. Stretch your palms, stretch your fingers, and breathe. I hope you can listen to my breath. Take your arms down. Now the next movement, we want to stabilize the spine sideways. So if you have a slightly snake-like spine, a slight scoliosis, we want to stretch completely on one side. We want to stretch completely on the other side. To straighten up the spine plus release the discs on the side, so the nerves which come out from the central nerve cord have more space and the discs can breathe. Place your right thumb under your left. Take your arms up. Now always see that your toes are in the same line. You don't want to stand with one leg slightly forward and the other leg slightly back. Stretch your legs, pull your spine up, stretch your arms. And then pulling the spine, stretch to the right side. Now feel you want to straighten your spine. And breathe. Inhale, come up. Place your left thumb under your right. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs. Pull your spine up, stretch your arms. And then hold your palms together. Pull. Stretch to the left side. And feel that spine should open. At the same time, work, but be relaxed in your body. Don't have a fight with yourself, because nobody will win. Inhale, come up. Now you're taking your arms back. You're straightening the spine of your throat and your shoulders. Now you're holding your thumbs like this, but behind. Behind. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your shoulders down. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Lift your throat, but don't take your head back. You're not doing that. You want to open this part of the spine more now. Lift. Take the head towards your right shoulder. Stretch your tight side neck muscles because many of us have tight neck muscles. If we are working with the head down, the spine of your shoulder line moves back to close your neck. Stretch and feel the stretch. Enjoy the stretch because there is a nice feeling to open your body. Inhale, take the head up. Now you're changing the hold of your thumbs. Because each time you change the hold, your shoulder rotates in a different way. And we want open shoulders, both front and back. Roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down, lift your throat, and take the head towards the left shoulder. Stretch your side neck muscles. Inhale, come up. Now you're holding your palms firmly like this. So the edges of your palms are absolutely firm together. If they don't do it, you may work like this because I don't have a strap to give you, which I have it here in the class, to hold your palms together. Same, you're rolling your shoulders back. You're pulling your shoulders down. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Inhale. Take your arms up. Stretch forward. Pull your knees up. Pull the muscles of your abdomen in. Stretch your spine forward and come down. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Move your hips forward. Stretch your navel, stretch your throat. Now feel when you're stretching the throat, you're working, of course, to open your throat, to open your spine, but you're working to open your thyroids, let them breathe. Feel the space of your throat. It's even your throat chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra. Inhale, come up. Now again, you're changing the hold of your palms. So if you had this thumb up, change. Roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down. Press your legs and your shoulders together and lift your arms up. Exhale, stretch forward. And down. See that your knees are centered. I touched it last week also in the class. Deep breathing. Inhale, come up. Move your hips forward. Stretch your navel, stretch your throat. Now take your shoulders back and press your shoulders together so you open your throat better. Take the head up. Now again, you're changing the hold of your palms. You're lifting your arms up as much as you can with a very deep inhalation. At the same time, you're working to stretch the muscles of your eyes by opening them as much as you can. Because the more we look in one confined space, the muscles of our eyes get tight. Again, change the hold of your palms behind. Roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down, press your legs and your shoulders together. Deep inhalation, open your eyes, and exhale. Inhale, open your eyes, exhale. Inhale, open your eyes. Open the sight center in your brain. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Open, and release. Now, you're changing the grip of your palms and doing the same thing again. Roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Inhale. And work on your breath, work on your shoulders, work on your eyes. Inhale. Open. Exhale. Open. Exhale. If you remember Simpsons, try to just imagine the eyes of Simpsons. Get your eyes big like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. And now take your right elbow out, because in back bends, the shoulder opening is very important. Of course, the hip opening also, but again, I'll explain it a little more later on, so you can move smoothly in the postures. Because if you warm up nicely, if you open everything nicely, the posture comes easily. It's like buying your groceries, cutting them, preparing everything, and then preparing the food. So there is a certain warm up in everything. Take your right elbow out. Hold your elbow, take it close to your face, and then take your elbow back behind your ear. Place the palm on your upper back. Take your left arm close to your right hip. Hold your fingers. Lift your chest and breathe. From your middle spine, stretch back and breathe. Stretch your throat. Inhale, come up. Take your left elbow out. Take it close to the face. Take your elbow behind your ear. Place the palm on your upper back and then take your right arm close to the left hip. Hold your fingers. I'll show it from the back. Lift your chest and from your middle spine, stretch back. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Take the hands on your hips, moving your hips back. Stretch your spine forward, come down halfway. Now your body angle is 90 degrees. Take a quick look if your knees are centered, and then turn your back and your spine to the right side. And again, breathe. 5 deep breaths. Come back in the middle. And then turn your back and your spine to the left side. 5 deep breaths. Now here, you're working more to straighten out and release your sacral lumbar spine. And come back in the middle. Stretch forward, come down. Place your palms on the floor. Now, if you cannot place the palms on the floor, take 2 bricks, but see that you're pressing your palms on the floor. This is how you learn to do the handstand, by shifting your weight on your palms. Shifting your body weight on your palms. Lift your heels up. Again, 5 breaths. Place your heels down. Stretch your arms out. Inhale, come up. Take your arms down. Roll your shoulders back, stand straight, breathe. See that you're always pressing your shoulders down. On Wednesday, I'll explain this movement a little more in the pranayama class. Now take a blanket, place it on the floor or place it on your mat. Keep your left knee on the blanket, take your right foot forward. First thing is you're turning your hip in, you're pushing your hip down. Get a stretch in your frontal upper thigh muscle. Take the thumbs on the middle back, push your middle spine forward, so you're stretching your navel. Now either you're stretching your arms up or back, depending how conditioned your body is. If your body is hard, just take it up. If your stretch is good, stretch back. Inhale, come up. Make your right leg straight. You're moving your hip back, stretching forward. Take your body close to the leg. Now see that your knee is centered. Don't drop your knee out. Try not to bend your knee. Deep breathing. Inhale, come up. Change. See that your right knee is on the blanket. Take your left foot forward. Turning your hip in. Push your hip down. That same movement. Get a stretch in your right upper thigh. Try to come down as much as you can, because again, you will open your swas more like that. Take the thumbs on the middle back, push your middle spine forward, open your navel chakra, Open your heart chakra, open your throat chakra. Inhale, come up. Make your left leg straight. Move your hips back. Stretch forward. And again, 5 deep breaths. Inhale, come up. Now, you need a blanket and 2 bricks. I'll just quickly take a look if everything is functioning right. If you have any questions, just write it down. I'll answer them later on. If something is not working for you, please write it down, because I know many new people are also watching. Hello everybody from India and America. Take a blanket. You need 2 bricks, because this one is hard if you don't have the bricks. You're placing the bricks approximately like this. You might have to shift it slightly. Just to explain a little, all movements, whether you're stretching forward, whether you're stretching backwards or sideways, the movement would always come from your hip joint. So here is your leg. When you want to stretch forward, you cannot do that and stretch forward, no? Because then you will close your chest, you will close your diaphragm. You would always want to come from your hip joint down. So as much as possible, lifting your buttock bones and trying to come down, then you would maintain a straight spine. The same is when you stretch back. You don't bend your spine and stretch back. First is you try to lift your hip. You try to open your psoas, and then you connect the spine. You will not have a compression of your back. If you just try to bend your spine like this, you will have a compression of your back. And in Supta Virasana, you're trying to release your psoas, open your spine and open your shoulders, because these are the 3 things you would need to get your back bends correctly. Placing the bricks, I hope you've done it. If you don't have the bricks, you can just watch for the first time. Now this is your calf muscle. You're rolling it out completely, sitting down. Try to keep your knees close to each other as much as you can. First, the brick should be somewhere in your middle back, because that is the space of your diaphragm, and that is the space, if it moves out when you sit, it closes your shoulder and closes your back, closes your breath, and it has many negative consequences on your body, physically and mentally. Because if your breath is closing, if your nervous system is closing, you cannot feel nice within yourself. So the brick under your middle back, once you feel it, lift your hips up. It's here we want to work. If you're doing it for the first time, if you feel you have a pain in your frontal thighs, it's quite normal, because these muscles are hard. Go down, come up, go down, come up, and work with it. The second brick is under your head. Holding your elbows, you're taking your arms back. Lifting your hips, stretching your thighs, opening your shoulders. This is the base for back bends. Deep breathing. Now, again, if you have any questions about Supta Virasana, this posture, please write it down. I'll answer all your questions later on. If you have a pain, if it is coming, it is not coming, I'll give you tips how to do it correctly. If you're doing it for the first time, or if you're taking the class with me for the first time. Again, if you are used to doing this posture, you can take the brick down. Change the hold of your elbows, and again, deep breathing. Keep on working to push your hips up. As I mentioned in the pranayama class also, if you don't exhale deep, you gather poisons in your body, and that is negative energy. You feel negative emotions if you don't exhale. Remove the old dead cells and the poisons. Don't let them circulate round and round in your body. Exhale deep. I'll quickly take a look. You just be in the posture if you have any questions. And now inhale, come up. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Roll your shoulders back. Press your shoulders down. Lift your chest. Now, this posture is called Dandasana, like a stick posture. Everybody from India knows what is Danda. Dandasana. And come up. If you have a blanket on the mat, just keep it where it is. To do back bends efficiently, your spine has to stretch completely forward once, so it can stretch backward once. If it doesn't make sense, I'll show it on the spine again. If your back is closed, it looks like this. With this spine, it is very hard to stretch backwards because it is blocked now. The front part of the spine has to open first. So when you're stretching forward, you're stretching the front part of your spine to open it forward, which opens it to stretch backwards, because you need both the movements. We'll do 2 cycles 10 breaths each of Uttanasana, the forward extension. Hold your palms together. Take your arms up. Now see that your knees are not moving out. Don't stand like that, because then you would do everything which can be done wrong, will go wrong. Toes centered. Your ankles have to be balanced, so you're not ankling out too much with your heel. Center your ankles. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs. Again, try to open the spine from the front. All your chakras are in the front of the spine. So if you close this, you will close your spiritual energy. You will close your chakras. Open up. Inhale. Stretch your navel. Stretch back once. Exhale. Stretch forward. And down. Keep your shoulders apart. And breathe. Press your shoulders towards your lower back. Stretch your arms out. Pull your thighs up. Inhale, come up. Once again, stretch back. And stand straight. Stand in Tadasana. Tadasana is the mountain pose. In many sequences of your asana class, you always come back to Tadasana because it has something specific into it. Next week, we are doing standing postures, and I'll explain something there, why it is so important to come in Tadasana. I hope you're enjoying the class. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving to teach you. Now again, change that grip of your palms, as I explained before. One thumb, change to the next thumb. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs. Pull your spine up. Stretch your arms, stretch your spine. Stretch back once. Open your chakras. And don't close them. Exhale. Stretch forward and down. Shoulders apart. Press your spine towards your lower back. Deep breathing. Exhale your poisons. You will find it quite amazing. Once you exhale deep, it's very hard to have a negative behavior. Keep your ankles centered. Pull your knees up. Stretch your arms out. Inhale, come up. Take your arms down. Stand in Tadasana. Always roll your shoulders back and down. Backwards, never forwards. Now we are doing Ushtrasana, the camel posture. But first we need to activate our swas muscle. Now the swas muscle starts here, behind your upper thigh, buttock bone, and then there are two sets of it. So it comes from the front and again connects to your back. If that muscle is short, then you have a tight back, or you would even have that, because that muscle is shortening, so it makes this movement. We want to activate the swas. If you have a back pain, if you have a tight back, this preparation posture for Ustrasana should release it. Now, when you're doing this posture, you're preparing for Ustrasana, you're starting with going back from your knees first. So not from your chest. Ustrasana, you will do it from your chest, but here you need to stabilize the swas first. Now your legs are apart slightly like this. Like you would stand with your leg hip apart. Take the palms on your chest, move your hips forward, and then slowly from the knees go back. What you want to focus on is that this part is pushing upwards. Frontal thigh and then here. Next, or in your frontal hip line. Pushing it forward with your knees, you're going back. Be comfortable with, because if you move too much, you cannot hold it. If you move too less, you're not working. So find that sweet spot where you can work with it. Inhale, come up. Breathe. Again, exhale that negative energy from the body, because there is nothing more destructive for us as human beings like that negative energy. We need to get rid of it because that gives us a bad mind. Once again, back. Tighten the muscles below your navel. Inhale, come up. Sit in Virasana. Feel the muscles below your navel. From there, lift up, sit straight. Now, Veer is a brave person. Virasana. Now, Ustrasana. Your legs are apart, like that, same as that hip opening. Because here it's too close, you cannot work with it. Pushing your hips forward, lift your navel, lift your chest, and then hold your thumbs behind. Roll back. Now, we remember this posture, we did a preparation for this before. Pull down. And now you're going back with your knees slightly, placing the palms on your heels. Here you move back slightly, but here your work starts. Rolling your shoulders, push your hips forward, stretch your throat. And if you cannot push too much, work as much as you can. Inhale, come up. Sit in Virasana, breathe. Feel how your breath is opening up. And once again, your hip line, I'll explain it on the spine once again. Your hip line should not go back. Push it down so the compression of the back would release. First, push your hip line down. Down. Lift your chest. Hold your thumbs. Stretch back. The main work, that swas opening has to come. You need to move forward from your hip joint. Breathe. And inhale, come up. Sit in Virasana. Breathe. And again, if you feel you cannot do it, it's okay. Because when you practice, things come to you. There is no need to get angry on yourself or getting frustrated because there is no point in it. If you want to change something, you just need to work and it will change. Now you're doing Shalabhasana, the locust posture. Keep your blanket where it is. You're lying down on your abdomen. Pressing the palms on the floor, lift your chest once because you want to stretch your navel out. You cannot work with a compressed navel, that would close your lower back. And then with a stretched out navel, place the palms down. Take your arms back, hold your thumbs, roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down, lift your arms, lift your legs. Start smooth and breathe. Deep breathing. And come down. Now this time, join your palms together. Join your palms together. I know the camera is not covering the whole, or it's just covering the mat, not more than that. And then only lift your legs up. Take your arms on the side. Take your arms back. And breathe. Stretch your throat and down. Look straight, breathe. Now the next posture is intermediate to an advanced posture. It is Urdhva Dhanurasana. Here you don't need the blanket. Try to understand the dynamics of the posture. As I explained, for back bendings, you need to lift your hip and open your shoulders. So your hip would go up and you would do that. Like that. If your hip is not lifting, this comes up and your shoulders also don't open. Shoulder opening, hip lift are the combinations to do it. If you're doing it for the first time, just try how it goes for you. Because if you were in the class, of course, I would help you with everything, but we have a special situation now. And just watch once, don't do. And you're lying down on your back. Keep your legs apart slightly. Now, this posture we had in the beginning to open the shoulders is exactly the shoulder opening what we need right now. Turning your elbows in, you cannot do it with elbows out because then your shoulder gets unstable. Lifting your hips and up. Deep breathing. When you come down, lift your hips. Place the head on the floor first, and then place your back on the floor and breathe. Now prepare yourself for it. Now see that you have a good mat or a good floor, because here you don't want to slide with your palm. Everybody ready? Now I'll do it with you. Listen to the instructions because it's hard to watch and do it now. Lie down on your back. Take your heels close to your buttocks. Rolling your elbows in towards your face. Place the palms. Now don't place your palms too far away from the head because then again, to come up it is hard. Your shoulders and your palms should be in the same line. Lift your hips. Take a few breaths. Prepare yourself. Lift your hips more. Breathe. And take an inhalation. Pressing your feet, pressing your palms. Lift up. Place the head on the floor. And inhale. Come up. The hip should lift up. And again, see the shoulder opening. Breathe. Open your diaphragm, your breathing muscle. And bend your knees, lift your hips, place the head on the floor, place your back on the floor, keep your knees bent. Now you're doing one last time. If you have any questions, because this is an intermediate to a hard posture for beginners, if your body is trained, you might be able to do it, but otherwise it's a hard one, especially if you don't have help. Lie down on your back again. Keep your heels close to your buttocks. Lift your hips up. Now take a few breaths. Lift your hips. Place the head on the floor. And inhale, lift up. Feel your first movement is from the hip, because you keep on lifting up, but then your shoulder has to open. If the shoulder does not open, you cannot get the lift. You will be struggling to stretch your arms. And if you come to the class, you know how much I warm up for this posture on the strap before you can do it. And come down. Place the head on the floor. And then place the shoulders and the back on the floor. Breathe. And turn to the right side and come up. Now you would need 2 bricks, or if you have a few books, that would also work, or a bolster or some thick pillows, not the loose ones. So if you can fold a few blankets, works absolutely fine. A few books with a blanket on top of it works absolutely fine. The height you would be using is you would be using your full bricks, or like this, or in the worst case, if it's completely new for you, you can even start like this. You're doing a variation of Sarvangasana, it is Vipariti Karani, where your chest is still opening and your legs are up like it would be in Sarvangasana. Just watch once, don't do. In the class I would say come close and watch, but here I cannot do it. Lifting your hips, you're placing the bricks under your hip. Now exactly under your hip. I'll show it later on where, but I'm just showing it once first. Taking your arms back, roll your shoulders back, press your shoulders down, take your knees close to you, take the legs up. Now see that your chest is lifting. Open your feet. When you're coming down, you're bending your knees, feet on the floor, lifting your hips and down. Keep your knees bent, because later on I'll give an assisted Shavasana. Kylie, one of my students, gave me this feedback, it would be nice to do it. Now where the brick should be, this is the back part of your hip. The bricks would be like this. I hope you can see it. Or like this, or if you're using one like this, however, but this sacral lumbar spine has to be supported. Now don't take the brick too high, because then the brick is on your spine and your back and that will hurt. Try to keep it here, slightly on the sacral back, slightly maybe on the lower 5th vertebra of your lumbar spine. Now lie down. Lift your hips. Feel if the brick is placed correctly. It should touch your lumbar spine slightly, but not too much. Now take your arms back, hold your palms together, rolling your shoulders back, press your shoulders together. See this? Open. Take your knees close to you. Take the legs up. And then soft breathing, but deep breathing. Your exhalation has to be very efficient. Because whatever we think, we feel, our emotions are always created by our lifestyle mainly. If we eat wrong, if we sleep late, if we drink alcohol, everything is what we put in ourselves, we behave like that. Deep breathing. Because this is also a back bend. Your back is not straight, no? Adjust your height according to how you need it. If you can lift higher, use the whole brick. Use half the brick, use quarter of the brick. If you feel the brick is hard, place a blanket on the brick. Now all the energy, all the blocked energy from the feet, if you're standing all day with the feet down, you feel the legs get hard. That energy, that tightness drains down towards your lower back first. So the legs get lighter. And then from the lower back, slowly it comes, opening all the chakras till your throat. And then slowly trickles down till the center of the brain, where we have our main hormonal system, the pineal gland, the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland. Doing yoga asanas correctly is a transformation. Doing yoga asanas correctly releases the blockages of the body. Blockages are pains in the body, physical and mental. And when the blockages are released, it is easy to know who we are. In Yoga Sutras, it is Tada Drashto Svarope Avasthanam. When everything is clean, you can experience yourself. And that is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Now, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, lift your hips, remove your bricks, place your back down, but keep your knees bent. Place the palms on your chest. Start with relaxing your spine, relaxing your shoulders. If you feel your neck is feeling pressured, or if you have a tight neck, hold your head, stretch the back of your neck, place the head on the floor. Close your eyes and only listen to what I'm saying. You don't need to see anything now. Soft breathing. Slowly make your right leg straight. Slowly make your left leg straight. Rolling your shoulders back slightly. Place the palms on the floor. Now see that your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. If you feel your neck is closed, you can take a blanket under your head. It helps you to relax your brain. And then slowly let go your body. Feel each leg, let it go. So you feel this new feeling in your legs, this lightness coming in the legs. It's a bit of that ticklish feeling. Your legs become light. Relax your back completely. Now, with the back, I mean, after the legs, you have your hip, and that's your lower back also. Relax your hips. Let your feet fall on the side. Relax your spine. Again, the spine is your central nerve cord. Come back to the important part now. Relax your throat. Your thyroid glands. The endocrine system should function correctly. Endocrine system is the system of your hormones. Relax your arms, your palms. Relax the muscles of your face completely. Now keep your jaws and your lips slightly apart. Let go your eyes, relax your eyes. So your eyes sink towards the back of your head. Because always our eyes are active, looking here, looking there, looking in the mobile, maybe in the book, outside in the world, maybe in the TV. From the time we wake up till we fall asleep, the eyes are constantly absorbing information and storing it either in the conscious or the subconscious mind. And the more information we have, the subconscious mind has to clean, and then we have weird dreams also. Let go and relax your eyes completely. And now completely slow, relaxed breathing. should come to a feeling that you don't feel your body anymore. And then you are in Shavasana, or a Shav is a dead body. Feel each tight space of your body. Let it go. You should feel reborn after the class. Let go your body totally. And now slowly turn to your right side. Place your arm under your head, your right arm under your head. Keep your knees bent. Keep your left hand, your arm on your left hip. Now, the reason you turn to the right side is you want to release your left nostril. So the sinus is released, the left nostril opens up. The left nostril is your moon channel. And moon channel relaxes you. You get the moon energy, the pingala, the parasympathetic nervous system. Now place your left palm on the floor. Inhale, come up. Sit in swastikasana and then be relaxed in your body. Feel the effect of your class. Now, if you have any questions, what worked for you, what did not work for you, if you have any feedback for me, just write it down. I would be more than grateful to teach you better, because I don't know what is happening on the other side. So that is very helpful for me. If you like the class, please invite more people to join. It's nice in this time when we cannot go out that people have a good quality, instructive, educative yoga to learn. Otherwise, I have never done classes like this before. It's only here in Bern, in Yogveda, or maybe somewhere else. On Wednesday, we are doing pranayama. This Wednesday, we are focusing on nadi shodhana, or cleaning your nadis, nadi shodhana pranayama. I hope you had a nice time. Stay at home. Don't go out if it is not necessary. Take care. Be safe. Thank you.